This is a video on using the vertical line test. So let me start by drawing a vertical line. So here's my vertical line, and I'm going to use it on each of my graphs here, each of these 4 graphs, to show you how it works to determine whether or not each of these graphs is a function. Notice that there's no scale. We don't know what the numbers are. We don't know what the variables are. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're just looking at, this is the independent variable axis. Okay, and we're looking at that to see if there are multiple outputs at any of the inputs. Again, multiple outputs for any of the inputs. If there are multiple outputs at any one input, then it would not be a function. So if we're looking at this blue graph here, I'm going to start on the left, and the first place I run into any points is right here. Okay, this first point intersects that vertical line. At that value, are there any other points on that vertical line? I would say no. So once I have determined that, I'm going to slide my vertical line to the next place that there are points. There's no points in between here, right? So I'm going to keep going. Oh, it hits here. Does it hit anywhere else other than this one point right here? Again, no. It hits here, but nowhere else. One time there, one time there, and one time there. That's using the vertical line test. And this would pass the vertical line test. Vertical line test. Okay? If it passes the vertical line test, then we would say, yes, it is a function. Now, I think that it is much easier to see how this works when we have one that does not pass the vertical line test. So we're going to take that same vertical line. We're going to go left to right here. Okay, so we're going to start on the left. It hits the green graph once here, once there, once there, once. It's hard to see when I put it there, but once there, twice here. Okay, so it hits twice there, once there, once there, once there. Okay, so I'm done with the vertical line. I've gone through all of the points. And because it hits 2 times right here, it fails the vertical line test. Okay, and because it fails the vertical line test, it is not a function. Okay, it only has to fail in one place for it to fail and no longer be a function. That's all it takes. Okay, I'm going to zoom to the bottom here. I'm going to grab that same vertical line. Now this graph is unusually thick here, just for visual. Okay, that line would be represented by something thinner, right? The arrow here just means it keeps going outward and upward here, outward and upward. Okay, so what we're looking to see is this graph is not a bunch of points, it's just a connected line, okay, which really is infinitely many points. So we have to check everywhere. So if it keeps going up and out like that, it's going to hit once, here it hits once, here it hits once, and by hitting once, I mean if it were hitting twice, it would look like that. Okay, it does not hit twice here, there. It doesn't hit twice anywhere. So this red graph passed the vertical line test, so yes, it is a function. Now let's look at that circle. Oh boy. It fails here, it fails there, it fails there, it fails there. This fails all over the place, right? It hits twice in so many places. It fails the vertical line test, not a